video is for anybody that needs to hear this. Every day we get up and we wake up and we take action on our day. We're building habits, all right? They're going to be good or bad. Those are the only two options that can really come out of it, is being good or bad. All right, the good thing about that is that we get to choose what habits we create. So we get the opportunity every morning that we wake up with breath in our lungs, clothes on our backs, means to put nourishment into our body. We have a chance and we have a choice, all right, to choose what we do with those actions. Our actions directly correlate to the habits that we build. So over time, make sure that you're focusing on building good habits. Make sure that you're focusing on getting up and embracing this morning, embracing the day, regardless of what circumstances you might be in. You know, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. It really doesn't matter. Every day we get up, we have a chance and we have a choice to create good habits into our lives. So with that being said, I know that there's some people that's going to ask, what's the difference between a good and a bad habit? And my definition of that is something that is allowing you to get one step closer to those goals for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year, or whatever you have set to achieve in life. Whatever is helping you get one step closer to that is a good habit. So for me personally, every day that I get blessed and fortunate to see another morning, I always wake up and give thanks to the Most High. I always give thanks to God. I'm very faith-based. I was raised in a Christian household. I'm very spiritually rooted. That's not everybody's cup of tea, and I understand that, and that is okay. But I'm just kind of giving you some of my personal things that I take into the day to consider a good habit. So every day that, like I said, I wake up and I have breath in my lungs, I have clothes in my back, I have means to put nourishment into my body, the first thing that I'm doing is thinking. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing I do shortly after that is I get into a meditation space and make sure that I go through some deep breathing routines and exercises that I do on a daily basis, and I set an intent for the day mentally. I set an intent that regardless of whatever comes my way, whatever it is, I'm going to make sure that I get one step closer to my goals. I'm going to make sure that I put my right foot in front of my left each and every single moment of the day. Not saying that every single moment of the day will be perfect, because it will not there. And I understand that. And because I understand that, I've set the intent up here to conquer whatever it is that comes my way. Because not everything is going to be great. Not every day is going to go perfect. How many times have we woke up in the morning and we declared something and envision it in our heads so many times on how it's going to go, and it doesn't go like that? 9 times out of 10, almost 10 times out of 10, it doesn't quite go exactly the way that we planned it in our heads. We gotta understand that. So with that being said, that is how I start my morning. And once I accomplish each and every single one of those things and check that off the checklist, I automatically feel a lot better about how the day is going to go, because I have set the intent and I took action with that intent. And so I'm prepared for whatever the day brings to me. So those are just a few examples of some good habits. Now, I'm not going to lie, I have bad habits too. I think we all do. Or all of us fall short from perfection. All right, so I understand that I have bad habits, and I'm slowly but surely continuing to identify those habits and try to work on getting those things better. But I do have some bad habits. We all do. So an example of a bad habit that I have is always second guessing myself. So it's like what I'm doing right now, even recording content. And I'll scratch something so fast that it don't even make sense, right? I'll go 2-3 words into a video and then I'm just cutting it off. I'm always second guessing myself. I'm always overthinking. I'm always kind of, right? So when we have that understanding, I think we're a little more equipped to handle negative circumstances or negative things that arise throughout our day. So that's the second thing that I do. The third thing that I do is I wake up. Shortly after that, I like I said, I give thanks, I meditate, and then I go into my stretching routine, into my mobility. So I'm opening up my body. I already have established my mental foundation. I've already gave thanks to God. So I'm already spiritually rooted. Now I need to get physically rooted. So now I need to open up my body. I need to stretch. I need to do my mobility. And those are the first 3 things that I do every morning. And then the fourth thing that I also do is I also make sure that I intake at least 2 cups of water. So I have I think like a 16-ounce water, one of those stainless steel water cups that I have every morning. That's always a good measurement for me to keep up with my water intake. And I always do two cups of that before I leave out the door. So those are 4 things that I do every single morning to ensure that my day is great. So overthinking for me is also another habit of mine that can be used more so for bad than good. I'm always thinking 3, 4, 5, 6 steps ahead when I haven't even taken the first step sometimes, and that causes a lot of flusters mentally. So that's another one. For me, self-confidence. I lack self-confidence in a lot of areas. there's really only two areas that I really feel very confident in. That's training and coaching. You know, it's something that I have a passion for, something that I love to do, and I understand what I bring to the table in both of those endeavors. And I have the utmost confidence in those areas. But even with basketball, something that I've been doing all my life, I still lack confidence. Right? I'm playing in an adult league right now, and every Sunday that I'm going up there, you know, I know that I have all the physical capabilities to do it, but a lot of it for me is mental. A lot of it for me is always second guessing myself and my capabilities amongst others. So I think that's probably the biggest one that I struggle with. For me, always going back and reflecting and looking back in the past on what could have been. I always find myself saying, even if it's just for an example, even if it's just me going to get a bite to eat and I'll order something, and then a few minutes later I'm like, man, I should have ordered this. I should have got this instead. I always find myself doing that. I always find myself in a certain headspace when I'm thinking about certain things, and understanding that that's not doing any good for me because it's nothing that can help me right now. Right? So always looking back in the past is another big habit of mine that I would consider a bad habit. So I'm just saying all of this to say we all have bad habits, and I understand, like I said, none of us are perfect. But the only thing that we can do is take the chance and make the choice to try to correct some of those habits that are bad and try to turn them into good habits. If you're listening to this right now, this is what I need you to do. I got a few things that I need you to do for me. First of all, I need you, and I know this is going to be hard. This is the hardest part, but this is the biggest step. It's the first step and the biggest step. You got to be real with yourself. All right, you got to hold yourself accountable. All right, so you need to create a list of your habits, good and bad. Identify good habits that you have, bad habits that you have, and you need to work on shifting all of those bad habits over to the good side. All right, but that's only going to happen if you're real with yourself. So if you're a basketball player, football, baseball, if you're just an athlete, if you're just a general individual listening to this, you need to ask yourself, am I expecting something out of this that I'm not putting into? Right? So just like I've said before, if I go to the ATM and I want to withdraw $10,000, but I never put $10,000 in, it's not coming back to me like that. It don't work like that. So if you're an athlete, if you're a business owner, if you're an influencer, a promoter, so on and so forth, whatever it is that you do, if you're not putting in the extra work to get one step closer to the goals that you have set for yourself, you are building bad habits. Because like I just said, I'm pretty sure that everybody that's listening to this right now in some capacity has goals, right? So we all going through something behind closed doors. It's something that I understand. That's something that I'm very open about. My mental health journey. I document that. You know, that's something that I'm very well aware of, and I know that I'm not the only one. For you, it might be physical, it might be financial struggles, it might be a spiritual conflict that you're going through right now. But our goals don't know that. Right? Our goals don't care about that. We just got to get one step closer to them each and every single day, regardless of those circumstances. All right? I love everybody that's listening to this. I hope you make today good.